Hey, it's been a little while, hasn't it? Sorry, new things have been happening. Tumblr has been pretty much the most amazing distraction I have ever experienced in my lifetime. And I've just been like, over here, over there, everywhere. I know I have a couple of asks I need to get to, and I will answer them after the video. So, I thank you all for your continued support, your advice. You're all amazing. And I'm glad you actually think that I'm funny, because I feel like I'm sometimes the most painfully unfunny person who relies on repeating the same things multiple times, commenting the same way every time, and just adding ness to things. But I'm not really doing this intentionally to be funny, I'm just doing this because I'm doing this. So I'm glad that the funniness is a bonus and not, the main thing I'm trying to get accomplished. I don't know what I was going on about. Anyway, on our last adventure, John died after taking a bite of apple. So, I guess the end of Act 1 is finding the Philosopher's Stone and reviving him. We're going to find out. Ta-da! Yep, I probably should have clicked on that last video. But I made it to like exactly 18 minutes with no seconds, and I was like proud of myself forever afterwards. So let's time travel years into the future. But not many. It's very sandy. A wayward vagabond records stuttering step in the sun-bleached desert. What is this? Interesting. On to Act 2. Meanwhile, on Game FAQs, I kind of miss Game FAQs. I used to be part of a secret message board that I can't tell you the name of because it's a secret. Esper Beta FAQ Walkthrough by Tentacle Therapist. I'd be inclined to dispense with a trite, even under less pressing circumstances. Needless to say, I'll forego the inscrutable ASCII banner, which typically heralds the striking freefall of these documents. I'll also resist the urge to brandish any copyright marks or the particular neurosis that concerns itself with the theft of the utterly mundane. I'll allow other deranged prospectors to stake claims on their worthless plots as the woods burn down around them. My introduction will be sparse. There will be no majestic prose blustering into the sails of Ficalian as we embark on this voyage together, nor will there be any ham-fisted prose whipping its limbs under a bedsheet like a retarded ghost, for that matter. I'm probably reading this with the weirdest cadence you've ever heard anything being read aloud. Her voice is kind of hard to speak properly without having it beforehand. I won't set the stage or dim the lights. The mood, you will see, will be set soon enough. Since you are reading this, chances are you have installed this game on your computer already. If this is true, like many others, you have just participated in bringing about the end of the world. But don't beat yourself up about it. There was never anything you could have done to prevent it. The end is happening right now, as I type and as you read. I have come to understand that we were always doomed through our collective ignorance, and now further doomed by those few who know and struggle to flee. If you're lucky, you'll be among the smaller subset of the latter who are successful. What I mean is, while the game you installed is just one more grinding slab of rock sealing our planet's crypt, it is also your only hope to live. I'm presently faced with the same conundrum as you, and though I speak with more experience, my own outcome is far from assured. I will play the game, as much of it as there is to play, and record my findings here. If you want to live, you will do as I instruct. My condolences. Well, she seems to know what she's talking about. Oh dear. John, clean under your bed. This reminds me a lot of a movie I saw a long time ago. It was a movie that was surprisingly good, despite how strange it was. It's like Zathura, which a lot of people are like, oh no, that's just ripped off Jumanji. It was by pretty much the same people who made Jumanji. I can't remember if it was the same author or the same people behind the movie. I think it was the same author. I don't remember though. But really good, despite how weird it was. So, now that we're perched on this, I want to call it a butte. This butte in the middle of nowhere. Or butte, I don't know how to pronounce it. B-U-T-T-E. It's like a plateau, but it's very tall. Let's not have a seizure. The kernel divides. The two halves go their separate way, leaving behind the sprite portion. Oh dear. Colonel Sprite, away! Into the sky. I love these doohickeys. Boy. What is left of the sprite undergoes a mysterious transformation. For a moment you thought you heard someone say boy, as if whispered in the periphery of your awareness. It was probably just your imagination, though. You there, boy. Ooh. Pardon me, but this excites me in ways you don't even know. What's that? It looks different now. After you bit that apple, your whole house seemed to be transported somewhere. Then the apple disappeared and the kernel sprite underwent a transformation. Aside from the change in appearance, the transformation doesn't seem to have any relevant ramifications. You still can't understand a word this idiot says. You there, boy. What? This large platform. Good grief, what is it, boy? The alchemitor created the apple, or the tree that sprouted it, rather, right on time to save you from destruction. You're not sure if you can say the same for your neighborhood, though. You wonder what happened to your dad. Getting close to the railing makes you a little nervous. It's a long way down. Sure is. Sprite to doohickey, you sure are, really, really, really fucking close. It is the piece of cruciate you carved with the totem lathe. When its contours were scanned, the alchemitor was able to produce that tree. How odd. It's okay, vases become trees in some worlds. I kind of wish I could zoom out just slightly. Open this door and walk through it. I guess I can't go down the hallway. That man with the humorous spectacles. Admire him. Oh, Michael, Sarah, your warm smile is a shiny beacon in these dark times. I detest this. Disregard it. The Harlequin painting? You have the sentiment in common with the John then, I suppose. Can't go up the reception fuck stairs, so I suppose it's downstairs we go. Ooh. Vile, pay no mind to this filth. What is he even doing there? Playing with a ball or something? Clowns are stupid. Not entirely. No, 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 no. Keep moving. Believe me, you have no intention of turning your head to observe this dreadful thing. Says you. Why does this small man stand here? This harlequin is always ready to serve you with illumination, whether you're reading a book or just enjoying a nice pipe. Wish I had a bubble pipe. A small dessert tray? Useless. In retrospect, it was pretty funny when your dad pied you like that. Gotcha again by the old man! This is making my computer rather unhappy. It's whining. What is the meaning of this rubbish? Okay, even you have to admit, this one's pretty funny. Yeah, I thought that one was pretty weird looking. Use this to reseal that opening there. If only putting the lid back on the Cruxtruder. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Cruxtruder would undo all it's done. Alas, Pandora's tube has been opened. Pandora's thermos. She had quite a bit of things, that Pandora. Move this absurd edifice and exit your house, boy. This thing weighs a ton! You'd honestly be surprised if the game cursor could lift it. Or at least, not without a significant expense of grist. Of all the places for Rose to drop the infernal thing. More than ever you feel... What's the word you're looking for? Of course! House-trapped! Mousetrap! I'm not going to burst into the jingle from that, though. Stow a lump of soot for further use. Future use, boy. This stuff is really dirty and you don't want it. Besides, you have it on good authority that a significant portion of it is comprised of asbestos. Wield these instruments of combat. Any one of these things would make a fine weapon. If only your strike specific wasn't already allocated. Oh well. John, there are so many things you can do with a hammer. Hammer time. Destroy these diminutive soldiers of merriment. It hardly seems worth it to go to the bother. You doubt you could get much for them at a garage sale, even. Maybe a grubby palm of pennies and a kick in the nuts for the whole lot of them. I guess that covers both. Hump the wall, John. Topple this urn immediately. That would be disrespectful to your Nana. You just won't do it. Well, not intentionally, at least. You consider that it is fortunate she is no longer around to witness this sorrow. On the other hand, you would probably benefit from her elderly wisdom now. Nanas always know what to do. I mean, for real. Another painting. Ugh, no. So coy. So mysterious. Can't click on Nana, though. Study. This is a mess, boy. You're so glad your dad wasn't watching when you did this. He never would have let you hear the end of it. Inspect this merry band of performers. Cirque du Soleil! Cirque du Soleil. I'm going to plug an anime here right now. Ashley, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lovely, lovely anime by the name of Kaleidostar. It's basically Cirque du Soleil, the anime. Except it focuses on the actual performers in it. I mean, it's kind of trite, kind of tropey, but it's a lot of fun to watch. I really enjoyed it. Just don't watch the dub, because much as Sora's voice is amazing in it, everyone else is not so much. Anyway, Cirque du Soleil once filed a restraining order against your father. You were never so embarrassed in your life.
It's 6:30.
It is 6:30, isn't it? Consume nut! You would, but you're not sure if this dark realm has any hospitals. I'm gonna spend like the entire video just doing this. Umbrella, disregard this nonsense. Your dad uses this stuff sometimes to dazzle you with his silly vaudevillian escapades. Really, you couldn't roll your eyes hard enough at his corny act. But vaudeville is so cute. Read unpleasant literature. The Serious Jester. Serious Jester magazine. For those for whom clowning around is serious business. Oh dear. I noticed the goop beforehand, but I have such a shitty memory that I was like, was that there before? Seek the riches he guards below. This one offers a friendly wave. But yeah, this is really just another stupid piece of shit. John. Open this iron vault, boy. You don't know the combination! And gosh, I feel like Tumblr would just be like, boy, how can you assume anything about John's sexuality? What if he's actually a lady person on the inside? I'm having a Skype message. She's probably going to start blaring at me. I'm gonna have to cut this short, but I will make another one. Because this is exciting as fuck.